Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's been on my mind lately, UFC fight purses and how they've evolved over the years.
It's wild to think about how much some fighters make compared to others, and honestly, it's kind of heartbreaking. So, let's unpack this situation together, and I'd love for you to stick around for the whole thing.
So, when we look at recent fights, you can't help but notice the buzz around Alex Pereira. His last fight was, a big deal, right? And the earnings he raked in were impressive.
But then, you think about the other fighters on the card, especially those lower-tier guys, and it's like, whoa, there's such a huge gap. It really makes you reflect on what it means to be a fighter today. Some are living the dream, while others are struggling just to get by. Now, let's take a step back and look at the history of UFC payouts. Back in the day, things were pretty rough. I mean, there were leaked payslips showing just how low some fighters were earning. It's kind of shocking when you realize how far we've come, yet, in some ways, how far we still need to go. Like, in 2011, the lowest payout was just $4,000. Can you believe that? Then in 2012, they upped it to $6,000. And by 2013, debuting fighters were seeing $8,000.
It felt like progress, right? But then it stalled a bit in 2014, still $8,000. And then in 2015, we saw some variation where fighters were making, like, $6,400. It's just so inconsistent.
Fast forward to 2016, and we finally saw rise to $12,000 as the most common payout. But still, for what these fighters put on the line, it just doesn't seem fair. And speaking of fairness, let's talk about how fighters feel about their pay.
There have been, a lot of voices speaking out. Like, John Makdessi had this powerful moment on social media where he shared his frustrations about pay. And then, bam, he was released.
It's a tough world out there, you know? Fighters are risking everything, and when they don't feel valued, it really weighs on them. It's emotional, and honestly, it makes you think about the sacrifices they're making.
So, as we reflect on all of this, it's hard not to feel a mix of anger and sadness. There's this huge disparity in pay, and it's just wrong, but what can we do about it? We need to raise awareness and support fair compensation in MMA. It's a call to action for all of us, and you know what? Even amidst all this frustration, I'm grateful for the conversation it sparks. It's an important one. I've learned that, when we're aware of these issues, we can push for change.
So if you're feeling moved by this, I encourage you to subscribe, and comment below. Share your thoughts because every voice matters.
In the end, while the situation is tough, it's also an opportunity for us to come together and advocate for what's right. So, let's keep this dialogue going, and remember, we're all in this together.
Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.